What's up guys, Winner Kills here and welcome to another installment of top replays and the highlights. I've got quite a few replays and highlights here to show you guys. I don't know if we'll get through all of them in this one video. We might have to include them in the next installment, the number 3, as we are here in the second installment. And I'm glad that you guys are liking this series based on the feedback on the first one. If you want to see more, feel free to drop a like and let me know down in the comment section below if you want to see more. That would help me out a lot to get your guys' feedback. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the first replay here, which was from stream. And I believe I was playing Mekk-Knight, and I was playing against somebody who was playing Danger's Thunder. And he happened to end on a pretty darn good first turn field, as the deck tends to do. And I'll just let this play out here so you guys can get a better idea. So, Sekka's Light, drawing into some cards, of course, Batteryman Solar, following up some danger plays and more danger plays. Going into Beat Cop, now going into Guard Dragon plays. It looks like a pretty standard combo so far. Resolving the White Dragon to add Black Dragon, Diabolos getting summoned out, Agripane summoning out, shooting Star Dragon, of all things. We're usually seeing Hot Red, but we're seeing Shooting Star Dragon here. And not 1, not 2, but 3 Colossus, ladies and gentlemen, are on the field. He's also using Darkness Metal, the Dark Steel Dragon. This is I believe a jump card that is not out yet. I don't think it's TCG legal or it's legal anywhere yet. It is a YCS, not a YCS card, but a jump card, and it is a pretty powerful card. Allows him to basically target a monster that is banished from his graveyard and special summon it to his zone that this card points to in defense position, but is effects negate it. Also cannot special summon link monster the rest of this turn, and the summon monster is placed on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. So it's alright. It's a decent Link 4, I guess, with lots of arrows. But he has Triple Colossus. Now, how am I going to get rid of Triple Colossus? We're going to start with Instant Fusion. Thousand Eyes Restrict is going to take care of it. And then we're going to bring back that Thousand Eyes Restrict and take care of the other one. And then we're going to make Underclock Taker. And then we're going to make Nightmare Unicorn, ditching the Blue Sky, getting rid of the third and final Colossus. I did give him a Colossus back, but it's not going to make too much of a difference as we get set up with the not only the monster negate but the spell trap negate, as we have both the secrets and whispers set. Now I'm waiting for him to go into battle phase here so I can basically start dodging all of his attacks thanks to Morningstar, as we take no battle damage, we don't lose anything to destruction by battle. And I draw Ash Blossom here, and right here is where we start to make some advances, using Red Moon to blow up the Shooting Star Dragon. It tries to activate, but it is in the same column that a Mekk-Knight is in, so of course it gets negated. Using Whispers there to bump up my Indigo. Main phase 2, clearing that Starliege Dragon with the effect of Indigo, because the destruction effect is not a hard once per turn. So long as you can move it to different columns, there's plenty of cards for you to destroy, so long as you've got the cards in the graveyard to banish as well. Now here's where I make a slight mistake. This is where I make I should have ashed this Sekka's Light. I should have ashed this card here instead of using Indigo to move over to negate, because I could have used that for a monster negate, which will come up momentarily right here when he summons the Chaos Dragon Levianeer, pretty much clearing my entire field. Now I do get a purple Nightfall coming back, and I do draw into an impermanence, which is nice, but I can't use purple here because if I do, it won't be back in time and he'll just be able to swing for game. Drawing the Defrag Dragon and swinging for more damage here, putting me down to 200, going into Heretic Sphere here, and it's looking pretty bad. I do have Monster Reborn. Now this is where I want to take note of something. I did not end up winning this game, but it could have played out in anyone's favor. It really could have gone either way. The next card I was drawing was a Mind Control, and if we swap over to our opponent, the next card they were drawing is a Danger Jackalope. So I really don't know how this would have played out, because what I should have done first is activated Infinite Impermanence and targeted this Heretic Sphere, which would have baited it out. And then here I would have Monster Reborn either his Diabolos or my Morningstar to stall for a few turns, and I still have an Ash Blossom in hand, which could possibly stop his Jackalope play next turn. He still does have a Bigfoot, but he can't run over my Morningstar with the Bigfoot because they're not in the same column. So I don't really know how this would have played out. It was a fantastic replay. I go to Ash the summon effect. It does get negated, but like I said, I've used my Monster Reborn too early. I should have played the Impermanence first to bait that out, and who knows what would have happened. Like I said, I'm drawing Mind Control next turn. He's drawing Jackalope. If things would have played out slightly differently, the game could have gone much more in my favor. So yeah, that's it for that replay. Now we'll go into the next one here. And this is also versus Larry piloting his Blackwing Phantom Knight deck, which he has been playing for quite a while now, and was a deck that he actually saw me play against on stream, got addicted to it, and started playing it, and he's pretty decent with the deck now himself, still making it work without summon sorcerers, pretty impressive. But we're playing pure mech here, and getting started with that Ib, the World Chalice Justiciar play, thanks to DracoNet. And he does summon Phantasme. It's not too big of a deal because I'm able to still go through with the combo here. I could have summoned Lee the World Chalice Fairy instead of World Chalice, or World Legacy World Chalice, but it doesn't make too big of a difference in just getting that card into my graveyard faster for next turn, so I can search with it to search any World Legacy card, whether it be Succession, Secrets, Whispers, whatever, you name it, I can get a search of that. So now we are going to use Secrets here. He already has played his monster in the same column that a Mekk-Knight is in, so I don't have to use Indigo. But he brings out Full Armor Master, which is a huge pain for me to deal with. The only way I'm getting over this card is with a Boral Sword or something that does not target, like a Trish or a Cyber's Quantum Dragon. Actually, no, those wouldn't even work. We have to beat over this thing by battle because it is unaffected by other cards' effects. So we just need to run it over with something big and scary. Allure of Darkness goes through Creeping Darkness to banish 2 to add a level 4 lower dark in hand. And he's starting to get his plays going here. And this is where he could have won the game. This is a game that I should have lost, but ended up winning because everything he's doing right now, he could have done in main phase 1. Maybe he was scared of the back row that was set, I don't know, but he realized soon after that he could have won this game. Look at that, he has Boral Sword and Full Armor Master, so definitely could have won the game there. But I will resolve Blue Sky now, adding Indigo and Red Moon, normaling DracoNet to go into Underclock Taker, popping one card, summoning Indigo, sliding that Red Moon over, popping another card here, going into Boral Sword, summoning the Purple Nightfall, successioning back that Indigo. Now we're getting over the Armor Master here, and this will prove to be game because he didn't realize that he could have had game that previous turn in a game that I should have lost, but ended up winning anyways. Now, another game I want to show you guys here is this Mermail highlights against a Blue Eyes Chaos Max Ritual deck. Now, this highlight was pretty interesting because there were so many cards that I had to get over. Like, Mermail has a hard time, especially if I don't see Gameciel, and most decks, if they don't see sort of any sort of Kaiju, you know, a free way to get over these cards. Chaos Max Dragon is very, very hard to deal with. It cannot be targeted with card effects, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. And basically, it comes down to me only having to get rid of it by battle. So, and now he has 2 of them. Luckily, I have Null, None, and Blooming Dogwood to give me this extra 8,000 life points the past few turns. I summon it back here because I think I might want to use it as a tuner, but I forget he's still got an additional attack, and I take a ton of piercing damage as well. And I get so lucky drawing the Lapis Dragon for a turn. I'm going to go ahead and summon that for sure. Infantry into Diva, into Neptibus, and then we're doing Teus Dragoons here. Add Gund and add a copy of Megalo. We're going to go right into Boral Sword. That's how we're going to get rid of one of them. But how are we going to get rid of the other? Of course, Cyber's Quantum Dragon. And I accidentally clicked no to my gun there, so there should have been an additional Mermail monster in my field. But either way, we have both means necessary to get over double Chaos Max Dragon in the same turn, thanks to that lucky draw from Lapis Dragon, making it all possible. So now we'll go ahead into the next replay. Alright, so this next replay is Witchcrafters versus Mermails, a deck that I'm really, really unfamiliar with. All I know, they do a lot of tagging out and summoning higher monsters and discarding spells and setting spells back, as you see he's doing here. Not setting them, but adding them back. So the deck is pretty good at recurring resources, especially the ones that you don't end up using that turn that gets discarded. You get to add back to your hand for next turn, which can prove to be pretty helpful. Now, this ends up being a bit of a grind game here, so I go into the classic Alacia, and luckily I get White Aura Whale on the field here. He does destroy the whale, but little does he know it's going to come back anyways, because whale is just whale, and that's what he does. He comes back by banishing a water beast destroyed, and he plays Reasoning here, so of course I have to chain the Null Nun and Blooming Dogwood, and I call the right number. Who would have guessed? I was trying to call level 7 because that was the monster that I was actually worried about, because there is one monster in this deck that I believe is like a skill drain. Yeah, this one right here. This one is a skill drain, and that was what I was worried about the most when trying to, you know, play into his boards, was this card. So luckily I draw Undyne here to get something going, sending Dragoons, adding Controller and Infantry, and now we're going to summon Teus, ditching the Infantry to pop that card, but it can't be destroyed by card effects, and if it were to be destroyed, I believe once, the Buy Street will protect it, and there, that is the other effect that it does, is it can boost itself up by tons of attack and defense based on the number of spells in his hand. And there goes, my entire field is all negated. I can't use Alacia. Whale luckily activates Engrave, so I am able to bring it back regardless, and he's going to go ahead and resolve some more Witchcrafter cards here, add things back, not one but two during the end phase, and I draw the Gamma Seal, which is awesome. Here I'm thinking I'm going to go for game because he controls no spellcasters, but he does have the trap card, which will allow him to get a spellcaster on his field, which is unfortunate for me, and I just really don't want this card to go through, because if it does, it's going to bounce back whatever card is attacking, which would have been my whale, which I really want to keep on field at this point because it's the only thing allowing me to sort of grind with this deck. He can't really get rid of it any other way unless he would make Unicorn, which he hasn't done yet, and I'm still opting not to attack here because I just don't want it to be bounced by that monster in his hand. I'm just waiting for the right moment. He's going to go ahead and try to attack over it. Luckily, Whale coming back again. I think it's coming back like 5 or 6 times at this point. And I draw the Dragoons here. Absolutely amazing top deck, especially with Gundam Megalo already in hand. I'm going to go ahead and grab Deep Sea Diva here. But I make the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, and at turn 10, he already has so little life points, and we are able to stall for so long that the Red Eyes Flare Metal is able to stop the first thing that he activates. He did try to destroy it, and of course it cannot be destroyed by card effects. That effect is already activated at that point, leaving him with 0 life points, and the game is ours. So that is it for that replay. We'll go ahead into the next one. Alright, so this next replay is actually a match between Invoked Mekk-Knight and the Salamangreat deck. So of course I'm piloting the Salamangreat deck, and I think the names up here are bugged. This is supposed to be somebody named TVSE, I believe. They all keep saying they're against Silver Fox. I don't know what is wrong with my YGO Pro, but nonetheless we are still getting this replay here, and I believe this was also on stream from the other day. And he opens pretty exceptional. He has Circle, Roar, Gazelle, and Valor in hand, also playing Coyote, the newer Salamangreat. I believe coming out in Rising Rampage, I believe. And we're getting started, of course, with our normal, Invoked Mekk shenanigans. He has Valor. I have Called By, but he decides to Roar the Called By. So my Alistair does not go through. But luckily, I already opened a copy of Invocation, so I wasn't 100% reliant on it this time around. More Mekk-Knight plays going on here, and Purgatrio hits the board. Which he probably wasn't expecting. I mean, maybe he was, but Purgatrio is such a devastating card against Salamangreat because it can do that. Clear the entire field, pierce everything. Even if he keeps summoning things back, it won't make too much of a difference because he can attack even more. Now, this is game 2 of that same match. He, I believe, opts to go first. No, he's going to make me go first, which I guess makes sense. My deck really thrives on going second, so of course he makes me go first here. Opens Effect Valor, stops my Alistair play, so I have to make Cerberus here, which is kind of awkward, but it gets me into my Morningstar, allows me to make a column still, and gets the whole Morningstar with Indigo set up with Secrets Engraved. Now, Synapse Mining activates, he goes for Gazelle. I have to stop the Gazelle because I don't want that to go through. I don't want him to gain any more advantage than he already has. And I decided to move the Indigo over to negate the Balinks. Now, the important thing about my Indigo being here is that no matter what effect he activates here in the extra monster zone, it's going to be negated because Indigo is staying in that column, and it decided to bounce back the Morningstar and not the Indigo, which is kind of interesting, but still a good hit nonetheless. And I think he was still new to playing against the Mekk-Knight deck. Yeah, see, the name changes here. I don't know why the name changes in between replays. That's weird. So yeah, resolving Foxy. I could have negated the Foxy in hindsight. I probably should have, but I was worried that since he still had like a Spinny Engrave, he might have another play up his sleeve, and it sort of leaves him with this Roar play now, which kind of, you know, messes me up a little bit here. Luckily, I still get the purple effect to activate, and I still get the blue sky effect to resolve. Mind Control taking his Spinny and going into another Morningstar because he's bounced Morningstar back already. So that did put it back in my extra deck, so we don't have to exhaust too many cards here. Any top decks, probably the best top deck he could have asked for. Salmon Great Recurrence, grabbing Gazelle and Mirage Stalio. Gazelle sending Spinny, going to Mirage Stalio. Summon out the Jak Jaguar, going for Sunlight Wolf. And he's bouncing back the Indigo here with the Mirage Stalio. All F1 recurrence, just going completely bonkers here, you know, with all of these cards. Targeting my Morningstar, making it 0. Luckily, Morningstar is really, really good, so I won't take any damage there, and he won't be destroyed by battle. And all I can do here is swing over, and that's really it. Now, arguably, I could have summoned Indigo if my card was set in the right zone, but I don't think I was able to control that. And now he's just going off here, Mirage Stalio, activating here to spin it. Now, I don't negate the Mirage Stalio because I know he has Roar set, and I'm thinking if I play this call by, I know for a fact he's going to negate it, but he didn't, which is interesting. So I stopped the Gazelle, and here I'm able to get into this board again, bounce the Morningstar back, I make it again, and here I still have the Indigo and the Morningstar, and I drew a strike earlier, and that is going to come in clutch, stopping this Foxy. Can't negate it with Roar because he does not have a Salmon Great Link monster, and we enter battle phase, and we swing for game, and 11 turns later, Mekk-Knight taking the match 2-0, Invoked Mekk-Knight there. Pretty powerful. The Purgatrio coming in very clutch game 1, and then it's a grind game in game 2. Alright, now we'll go into the next replay. Alright, so this replay is also against Larry, but here I am playing Burning Abyss, and he's playing Mermail, but not your standard build of Mermail. No, not even close to your standard build of Mermail. He's playing sort of a fishy version. What do I mean? You'll see what I mean here in a second. Going into Staryu Skull Dread, into Sekka's Light, into, there it is, the Deep Sea King, Coelacanth, to summon 4 fish monsters from his deck. Now doing tons of white aura plays. This is a very interesting and futuristic build of Mermails, taking advantage of Coelacanth, the Link spam, and a lot of the white aura monsters that we're seeing here. White aura Whale and white aura Bahamut. A pretty interesting board. He does have a Gamma Seal and a Null Nun in hand, so it's not a terrible hand there. He does have some form of interruption, if you will. And here I got very, very lucky because I opened Psychic Wielder, which allows me to go into Brionac, and then I use Wielder's effect here to destroy a card lower than the attack of the monster used for that Synchro Summon. And I spin all 3 back to the extra deck, and I'm still under Null Nun, but I do not care. I'm just trying to set up a board that I know he won't be able to break. Now, there is still one thing that I can't take away, and it's the fact that he has almost 20,000 life points. Gonna be over, yeah, 20,000 life points here, so he will have a few turns regardless. I'm not gonna be able to put 20,000 damage on board in one turn. I swing in here, putting him down to 14-6, and end phase Scarm Search for Farfa. He doesn't draw too good, makes Planner, Gamma Seals the Brio, and passes. And here I have free reign basically to do whatever I want. So that Sea Archiver coming in clutch, going into Break Sword, swinging in with everything I have, 25, 22, 2,021. And after all that damage, he still has 5,800 life points. Unfortunately, in other circumstances, drawing this Prince here might be the moment that the game turns completely around, but my field is already so established that it does not make too big of a difference. I'm able to far for the prince away before he can do anything, and he commits suicide right there with the Fishborg Planter into the Gameciel Pepe hand. Alright guys, so this is going to be the last replay, but I want to showcase this really cool full mech lockdown. This is me playing pure mechs and Larry piloting the new assault mode stuff with the he didn't open too well. As you can see, he opened up triple Stardust, or double Stardust Respark, and Assault Mode Activate. And as you can see, I'm currently playing the more World Chalice, all that type of stuff. Draconet build of Pure Mekk-Knight. I've since switched to that since the most recent profile, and that's probably what I'll be playing going forward. But this right here, I want to show you guys this quick replay because of the full-on lockdown that we were able to pull off. Now, like I said, he did not open up too well. As you can see here, we have Key, which will negate traps, and then Draconet summoning out the Crown from our hand to be able to go into Ib, searching us an additional World Legacy card. And now just going here to grab Succession, or not Succession, but grab Secrets and Whisper off of this here. So now I have the ability to negate spells, traps, and monsters right here. So chaining all these cards, negating the Foolish, he goes Assault, Teleport, slide this over, negate that. He sets another card, he passes it back to us, we draw Mind Control, it doesn't really matter. I swing directly here. He would be able to start us Respark, but we have this column being able to negate traps thanks to Key. Very short replay, but a very cool one nonetheless. It's just, this is the potential with Mekk-Knight, like, and it's a pretty easy board to set up for the most part, because off of Ib you can search this card, and then once you make Morningstar afterwards, you can search this card, and at a very minimum have the ability to negate monster effects and spell effects at will, basically, with your Indigo, and anything else that you have on your field is just bonus at that point. And it's often usually a 2 to 3 card combo with Ib and the Draconet play going first, so it's really, really easy to pull off. And when you have to go second, it's just Mekk-Knight, and you already have an advantage because your opponent plays cards for you. So pretty solid build going forward there. And yeah, that's all the replays I want to show you guys for now. I will show you guys now some of the decks featured in here. This is the current list for Mermails right now, 44 card build. I'll be updating it soon. This is the current BA list that I'm playing. I think the only thing different about my IRL build is that I'm playing Triple Lost Win instead of Impermanence. And liking that quite a bit. Now I'll show you guys the Invoked Mekk list. This is one I profiled yesterday actually, so this is the same list as you saw in that video. And the Pure Mekk-Knight list right here as the one that I played in the video as well. Might be slightly different than the replays you saw. Playing the double sign-up mining, maining the double evenly match, really liking that. So giving us a strong advantage when having to go second. And yeah, those are all the decks featured. Hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, if you want to see more of these, please let me know by leaving a like, leaving a comment. And yeah, if you want to see these replays as they happen in real time, check out my Twitch stream down in the description below. Toss me a follow there. Almost at like 1,000 followers on Twitch, which is absolutely bonkers. And we're almost at 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's absolutely crazy. And I owe it all you guys for the incredible support over the years. And I hope you guys are enjoying the content and stuff. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out the links to social media down in the description below. Discord, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all that. Check out Imperium Duelist. As always, guys, Winterkill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.